I'm now joined by the Choppies Chief Executive, Ottapathu, for more on his company's plans to list on the JSE. This will be on the 27th of May, am I correct?
Thank you.
So Ram,
that's correct to me.
That's correct. So let's talk about the timing of the listing. Why have you decided to go ahead with this now?
We're looking at the growth opportunities the company got in and around the sub-Saharan African region. Based on the growth opportunities what we got, that's how we decided on the timing of the listing.
Now, looking at what you've decided to earmark the proceeds for,
Yes.
you mentioned a couple of things. You're rolling out new stores, very ambitious. 200 stores by the end of next year, December. Acquisitive growth is one of the things that you're earmarking for, and also diversification in their geographical markets.
Correct.
Let's talk about those new stores. You're rolling them out. Sub-Saharan Africa is key, but East Africa is also a very key market for you.
Yes. If you look at our growth plan, what we were planning currently is rolling out stores in Zambia. I'm talking about the new markets. Zambia, Tanzania. Tanzania, we got a strong local partner. And Kenya, we're looking at the opportunities to how to enter into the market. We haven't finalized the plans yet. These are the two strong markets, in addition to the current 3 markets we are operating, where it's Botswana, South Africa, and Zimbabwe.
You currently have around 18 stores in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
One would think that there have been headlines, and we've known some really not positive, and the liquidity issues facing the consumer or just businesses there. How have you been able to still function in that market?
We have traded extremely well in Zimbabwean market. We acquired 10 stores in 2013 November, and currently we operate 18 stores. The plans are there to increase the footprint to 30 by the end of the year.
Let's now talk about the acquisitive growth. Are you looking to partner with people on the ground when you go into these new markets?
Our business model is always based on local partnership. We got a strong local partner in Zimbabwe. We got a local partner in Zambia, and we got a very strong local partner in Tanzania and Kenya going forward.
So if one thinks about coming into other sub-Saharan markets, so if you think about South Africa, Shoprite is very big here, and they also do play into the lower LSM and middle LSM. What are you bringing to the party? Why would an investor want to look at a Choppies versus a Shoprite?
Our business model is slightly different from what we see in the South African market. Okay, we got a grocery prominent service department focused supermarket in a smaller size. Our sweet spot is 1500 to 1700 square meter shops with strong emphasis on service department and private label. That's entirely different from the operators currently operating in the region, and we got a value proposition is much better accepted by the consumers in the region, and we've been delivering this growth and profitability over the last 15 years continuously and consistently.
So sustainable growth is what you're looking at. The South African market, one would say that might be very saturated. Why would you still want to expand in South Africa when you have areas like your Nigerian markets, for example, where you've got a larger population?
We're not going in anywhere and everywhere in South Africa. We got selected towns and cities in South Africa where we found out growth opportunities, and wherever we opened stores, we have performed reasonably well so far.
So the markets like your Nigeria, would that at all be a place where
I'm
you're
not ruling out a possibility of not going into Nigeria, but there are enough growth opportunity for us to expand into the regional market here, and where we can utilize our capital better. That's why we're looking at those opportunities first.
So you listed in Botswana.
Yes.
You'll be listing on the JSE.
Yes.
You are also expanding in the east of the continent.
Yes.
Can we expect a listing on the Nairobi Stock Exchange maybe?
Currently, I'm not ruling out any possibility, but currently JSE listing is our priority, and we're going to go ahead with that on the 27th of May.
Why particularly the JSE though?
JSE is the most liquid stock exchange in Africa, and which gives an opportunity for us to access more capital and gives better profile for the company and more liquidity for our current shareholders as well.
Looking at the different geographical regions once again, are you finding it easier to go into the East African market versus the Southern African markets? As you mentioned, South Africa is quite saturated, but are you finding the challenges different, especially when it comes to modes of entry?
Each market got its own challenges. We always use a local partner to go into a newer market, and we believe, and we identified stronger local partners going forward into this market.
In East Africa and Kenya, we've got the likes of Nakumat and Naivas that are very well known there,
yes.
Brand loyalty, but of course we are living in Africa and there are unfortunate incidents all over the world, but in Kenya, Al-Shabaab has been one that we know of, especially with regards to the attacks on Westgate. Is this at all something that weighs heavily on you when you look at investment decisions?
You go to any market, there are risks associated with it. We have to assess the risk and the benefit and see the business opportunities, and you should strike a balance, and we must take the decision based on that.
Thank you so much, Ram.
Thank you.
We'll be seeing you on the 27th downstairs at the Johannesburg Stock Exchange.
Thank you, and we are all excited about it, and I'm hopeful that our shareholders will be very happy, and the investors will be even more happier than that.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. That was the Choppies Chief Executive, Ram Ottapathu.